as you can see, growing a garden just updated and there's a new bee event. In today's video, we're going to explore the entire bee event and find out how overpowered is this bee event and see all the new things that are in. Oh, there's something in the shop that's pretty new. Okay, I don't think there's anything new in the shop actually. What the heck? Wait, there's this new currency, bee pot. It's a bee pot currency. So there's a bee swarm event coming in 5 minutes. Deploy bees. What does this do? You successfully queued a bee swarm. You're number 1 in line. Wait, what? What did I just do? What are you? I want to trade honey. I guess I'm gonna need like seeds or something. Okay, we're definitely gonna need seeds. All right, how much money do we have? Okay, there's no new plants. I'm assuming we might need flowers or something. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start planting a little bit. All right, so let's plant some seeds in here. And I don't know what we gotta do to start this update, but no plants for bees to pollinate. Dang. Give plant. Bee compressor. No held pollinated plant. Okay, so I need plants that the bees could pollinate. So I'm gonna say, what are you? Event shop stock has reset. Where's the event shop at? It said there's an event shop. I don't see any event items in this game. Oh, I think it happens in 5 minutes when the bee event starts. Okay, let's see if there's any new items in this game. Master sprinklers, nothing pretty new. Event shop has been reset. Oh, wait. Why is there a cooldown right here? Oh, forgot. So basically the cooldown is on this thing because cooldowns now have, like, it shows on top of the seed shop now, so that everyone knows when it cooldowns. We want to get some like flowers. I feel like bees are going to get the flowers. They're going to attack the flowers for sure. All right, let's reset this again. Really want an orange tulip. Are my Robux even working? I genuinely don't even think they're working. Okay, let's buy a bunch of blueberries. Let's buy this and let's try to get like a flower. I feel like the bees will work with the orange tulips for some reason. A fruit in your garden mutated to pollinated. Wait, what? Wait, something. Oh my God, something turned pollinated in my garden. Okay, we're gonna go back to it in 1 second. All right, let's go back. Boom. All right, apparently something's pollinated. Yes, definitely that. Okay. All right, we're gonna put a bunch of flowers in our garden. Hopefully the bees like that. All right, let's put this in our garden. Oh, a fruit turned pollinated in my garden. Oh, wait, strawberries and blueberries might be overpowered because so much of them are like, you could get so much of them for cheap. Wait, look how big that tulip is. Okay, so let's grab this pollinated. Let's grab this pollinated, and let's go give it to the bee queen or whatever. Wait, there's so much bees everywhere. What the heck? Bro, what the heck? All right. Oh, so we got to fill up this whole thing with pollinated bees, I guess. Pollinated plants. Okay, we're gonna keep having to buy this then. Okay, because we're gonna need a little bit more plants than this. Let's buy this coconut. Let's buy carrots. I guess carrots will be actually pretty good in this update. We don't have like any OP seeds because we are in a testing server, so we're trying to test out this update, making sure this update is all good for the developers and stuff and things of that nature. All right, let's put this coconut seed. The event shop has reset. Let's go. I wonder what these are going to sell for. Pollinated. Okay, and then let's give this back to the bee queen lady. Oh, so this is how you make honey. Dang, how much do we need? It feels like that thing is not moving. Yo, the bees just pollinated the biggest tulip. My big fat tulip. Wait, I want to see the multiplier that this does on the tulip. How much will this sell for? How much is this worth? 75,000. No, a tulip should not be worth that. This pollinated mutation might be insane. It might be worth a lot. So, all right, we're gonna see if this turns into more honey. I think that added a little bit more. I'm not too sure. Yo, they're turning everything pollinated. All right, so we just need to get as much seeds as possible, and we need to let these bees go crazy. Wait, is this pollinated or is it? Oh, it's a pollinated carrot. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need some more plants though. All right, the bee swarm event starts in 5 seconds. All right, okay, let me see what type of seeds I could buy. Okay, let's restart. Let's reset the stock. Is the bee event happening every 5 minutes? Like, are they doing an event on purpose? Oh, 14 mushrooms. Oh, that's a big fat. Okay, let's go. Let's go back to our garden. Let's plant these again. Boom. Okay, guys. So I guess we need to grind all the way until we can have some like overpowered fruits and stuff. Basically, I guess the better the fruit, the more bee pollen goes on the machine or whatever. So we're just gonna plant a bunch of fruits as possible. Hopefully the better rarity equals better fruits. Where's the bee shop though? I don't see any bee shops. Deploy bees. Wait, can we just keep buying this over and over again and like beat the game basically? Yo, just gonna keep doing this over and over again. All right, so would you like to trade honey? What are you? I'm the queen bee. I'll trade honey for items. Okay, I want to trade honey. Oh, there's a shop here. I didn't notice. Okay, let's see what we can buy. So honeycombs, bee egg. All right, so let's buy as much bee eggs as we can possibly buy, guys. We are going to buy a lot of bee eggs in this video. Okay, what else can we buy? Honey sprinkler? What does that even do? Hive fruit honey seed. hive fruit seed. What the? Okay, we got a lot of buying to do. I ain't gonna lie. I did not know this pack existed. Yo, chat, we're gonna buy so much eggs. We're gonna buy so much stuff. We're just gonna buy as much stuff as possible. Oh my god, this is actually kind of lit. I'm excited now. All right, so let's buy this flower pack and we'll see what this is about. All right, so there's a bunch of mythical flowers in here. All right, we got lilies, we got roses, and we just got a rose. Okay, we got a rose seed, and then let's buy another pack, and then we got another rose seed. All right, so let's plant these rose seeds. Boom, boom. All right, let's plant these hive fruit seeds. Boom, and then let's plant these bee eggs. All right, let's buy a bunch of bee eggs and just see like what happens for real. All right, so I'm starting to get a gist of this update. Basically, I want to trade honey. You trade honey, you get nectarine seed. Okay, let's buy some of these. I'm trying to see what plant is gonna be the best in this update. Okay, so far we bought every single plant. We're gonna see what's the best, and we're gonna try to get as much mutations on them as possible and try to get these pollinated mutations and see how good these plants really are. Are they worth it? Are these plants worth the money? We're gonna find out in today's video. There's a honey sprinkler. I don't know what these do. I guess there's only one way to find out. Maybe it makes more bees come to them. That's what it sounds like. We got bee crates. I'm not too interested about that. What about the honey torch? Actually, I think that's a cosmetic. All right, so let's buy this honey sprinkler. All right, so let's put it right here. Let's put this hive fruit seed, nectarine. All right, so we're gonna see what that honey thing does in a second. But we have an egg. We have eggs. We have a bear honey, or bear bee, I mean, a petal bee. All right, what does this bear bee do? Every 1.15 seconds, goes to a nearby fruit and pollinates it, but it's not a bee, so it fails and turns it to honey glaze instead. What type of ability is that? Oh my god. All right, every 15 seconds, flies to a nearby fruits and pollinates it, applying pollinated mutation. 1.53 chance fruit stays after harvest. Ooh, that's actually really good. Okay, well, let's buy some more eggs. We're gonna try to get the best pet in today's video as well. All right, so what do we need? Okay, let's buy a lot more eggs. Wait, did we ever see what the honey does? Is there a honey mutation? Honey glaze mutation. So let's get a honey glaze mutation, gold honey glaze mutation, and then let's get a normal pollinated, a golden pollinated. Let's try to get like a pollinated, pollinated strawberry. All right, now we're gonna get to see like what each one sells for. Okay, let's go to the sell shop. And all right, so we have a honey glazed strawberry. Okay, how much does this sell for? How much is this worth? All right, it's $104. Okay, this is a honey glazed gold strawberry. All right, honey glazed gold. Okay, how much is this worth? 2,000. What the? Pollinated blueberry. Okay, we're gonna see a little bit of what this is worth. All right, so I think honey glaze plus gold is way better. I think it's actually worth a lot. I probably should have just gave it to the people to get honey or whatever. Okay, let's grab these. I actually know the strategy for this update or whatever. The strategy, you want to get as much of these pets as possible, because when you get these pets, they basically can turn everything pollinated. So you want to get as much of them as possible and get as much honey as possible. That's a strategy for this update. All right, guys, that's a strategy. Trust me, I'm a pro. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got pollinated. All right, and then we're gonna go back to the other person. Yo, yeah, this pet is actually really good. All right, so we're gonna go back to this person. We have to hold out all the pollinated fruits one by one. Oh, at least it's fast. You don't gotta like hold down or something. All right, so we just got a lot of honey off that. I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot of honey. All right, so the strategy, if we get more of these honey bears or if we get more of these honey eggs, they're gonna be able to turn a lot of our garden into pollinated or honey glaze. So this is gonna be really good. These bees are actually really good for mutations, like really insanely good. All right, so let's buy more of these. The honey sprinkler makes some honey glaze, and then we have the hive fruit. We still don't know what the hive fruit does exactly. I guess we're going to have to find out now. All right, so let's buy these, and then bee eggs. Let's put more bee eggs down. All right, they take a few seconds to plant or to hatch or whatever. We're gonna put these hive trees up. Okay, we're gonna see what these do. I have a feeling that these can actually give you honey for some reason, but we're gonna see. All right, I'm gonna do grow all real quick. All right, let's see what this does. Hive fruit. All right, is this like a normal fruit, or what can I do with this? Hive fruit. Wait, where'd it go? Hive fruit. Can I give this to the guy? Pollinated. Deploy bees. Costs 1 Robux. Of course. All right, let's see how good this hive fruit is. All right, is the hive fruit worth it? How much is it worth? Oh, 12,000. Not too bad, not too good. Okay, I don't think it's that crazy. Okay, we got 36,000. Our garden's pretty weak right now. Okay, let's open these eggs. Hopefully we can get like the rarest pet in these eggs. I think it's a queen bee is gonna be the rarest one. We got a golden bee now. Okay, we got golden bee. Let's see what the golden bee does. Let's see what he does. Golden bee flies to nearby fruit, pollinates it, applying pollinated mutation. chance harvested fruit becomes gold on harvest. Oh, so it's like a cheaper dragonfly. Okay, that's gonna be pretty cool, right? What else could we do? Okay, let's try to get honey. I'm gonna try to like make a faster way to like, let's get all these pollinated plants, and we're gonna try to get as much honey as possible from the guy. Dang, so the bee, honey bee or whatever, the bear. Wait, golden harvest. Dang, so this thing is like a less version of the dragonfly. Seems like you can turn things into gold after you harvest it. That's pretty interesting. All right, so let's keep grabbing these, and then we're gonna go over here. We got honey glaze and pollinated. All right, let's give it to this guy. Let's give him all the pollinated ones that we have. Okay. All right, is it full yet? No, it's not. What the heck? Less than 10 minutes. Bee compressor. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Why is there a time down? Oh no, bro. Am I making honey after this? What? Wait, what am I supposed to do? It's not really telling me. I didn't get to read the thing. Dang it. Where can I get honey? Okay, I'm gonna ask you. Talk to Onet. He's currently not talking to me right now. Bro's about to blow up. His whole machine's about to blow up. What was I supposed to do? Am I supposed to wait 10 minutes and something happens? I think it's turning all my stuff into honey or something. Oh no, they really didn't tell me what was happening. Okay, it technically did. It was just so much stuff on my screen, bro. I couldn't even read it. It was too fast. Let's keep going. Let's get some. Should I even buy apple seeds? Yeah, I'm not feeling these other plants. All right, let's go back over here. Whoa, this person has a crazy garden. This garden looks crazy. All right, I said we keep buying some more bee eggs and we try to get some more OP stuff. Okay, so let's do, I want to trade honey and let's buy some more bee eggs. Do we need honeycombs? I don't think we will need honeycombs. Are these decoration? Oh, let me search that. Yeah, I think these are decoration. Yeah, see, they're kind of mixing the cosmetic stuff with the stuff that's actually important. So I don't really know what is what. What are the important things in this update? All right, since we don't know the important things, we're just gonna buy more bee eggs until we have like 100 of them at least. Yo, someone has a queen bee or something. What the heck? What did I just see right now? All right. Oh my. Yo, I'm gonna say, yo, can I borrow? All right, I'm gonna say, what does the queen bee do? Please let me know what it does. Why is there a bee following this dude? Why is there two of them? What is this? Bro, there's literally a big fat juicy bee in my screen right now. I don't know what that was. I genuinely don't know what that was, guys. All I know is we gotta stay focused. We gotta wait for this timer to end. I still don't know if I'm supposed to be doing something. Oh, it's filling 1 jar of honey. That's what it's doing. All right, guys, this guy has the queen bee pet. Apparently this is the rarest pet in the whole update. And the mutation that she does, or the ability that she does, is a nearby fruit gets magically pollinated. Applying pollinated mutation every 25 seconds. A random pet will refresh its cooldown. Whoa. So basically, if you pair this with like a dragonfly, you can make the dragonfly do like 2 abilities faster, basically. Applying magical pollinated. What is magical pollinated? Okay, let's see if he has any magical pollinated. He has honey glaze pollinated. All right, what's up with this magical pollinated thing? I guess she just makes the whole garden pollinated. I'm gonna say, does anyone know pollinated multiplier? All right, does anyone know the pollinated multiplier? I really want to know that. Does anyone know it? All right, let's keep looking. What else? This is pretty cool. Almost everything in my garden is pollinated. Almost every single thing. Guys, this is pretty much the new update. Let's go ahead and just see what happens when this timer runs out. There's 3 minutes left on it. There's only one way to find out what happens. We just gotta wait for this time to end. All right, guys, as you can see, our honey is finally done. So after that timer, nothing happens and you get 10 honey. Now that's some good honey. We did all that to get 10 honey. Okay, well, that's what this whole update's about. And as you guys can see, you trade your honey and you can just buy some pet eggs. Oh, there's no more stock. Okay, well, what else can we get? Let's get some flowers. I guess we gotta buy some more flowers, but that's pretty much all of the update. I guess there's only new pets and then new flowers, and there's gonna be new cosmetics. So, and it's a lot to do technically. All right, wait, where are the flowers at? Is there any flowers over here? Does he have the flowers at all? I don't think he has them. But bro, his whole thing looks pollinated. Like his whole garden is just pollinated. What the heck? I think the pets are insanely overpowered. They're pretty cool. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this update. Let me know what you guys think about this update. Make sure you guys subscribe right now, because for every subscriber I get, I give 1 Robux away to my subscribers.